Hello everybody and welcome back to Automation, and later of course beamng.drive. Right now though, we're going to design this vehicle. Basically what we're building today is a BOXER 6 supercar. Yep, that's right, this is going to be a BOXER 6 car with this K-car body, so it's going to be extremely light and it's going to have 800 horsepower. So that's definitely not nothing. It's also going to be really cheap, as well as I said, really light. It's going to be, the budget is below 80 grand. So that's definitely affordable for the 800 horsepower. That's $100 per horsepower. If we can do that, that would be insane. Then this is going to be turning out really well. Anyways, we're going to go for partial carbon fiber because, as I said, we want to keep it light. Monocoque chassis, because what car doesn't have a monocoque chassis nowadays? 2020 also. Yeah, we're going to go for steel chassis because otherwise it's going to get a bit expensive, probably. And who said this needs to be light? To be fair, I did say it needs to be light. Just ignore that, okay? We're going to go for a mid-longitudinal engine, because mid-transverse won't fit, probably, because we need a big Boxer 6. Push rod front, double wishbone rear. I don't think we should also put a double wishbone rear. That's a bit ridiculous, probably. Here we are. We'll create a new engine. Nice, nice. So this is going to be a Boxer 6, of course. Fully aluminum block right here. And then we want this, let me think, what's gonna even get us something? Maybe a 4.4 liter. 4.4, that's a pretty nice number. You know, you want to, I think 4.4 is pretty good. That should do fine. There, that's a 4.4 right there. So that's good. Overhead cam 4. This just fits. So I'm definitely happy with that. And then an ALSI head, because as I said, we want to keep it light. So we want this to rev extremely high. This thing, well, extremely high. Maybe it's not going to rev very high. I want it to, kind of though. So we'll go lightweight titanium, lightweight forge, and we'll put on a harmonic dampener. Don't want it to be plus too much, so we'll put that down a bit. Yeah. Okay, so as for this part over here, I think we can touch all that later, but I do definitely want to give it a VVT. And we'll up to quality already, because why not? So this is going to be turboed, because otherwise there's no way we're even going to get, otherwise there's no way we're even going to get 800 horsepower out of this Boxer 6. It's not going to be twin turbo though, because remember, we need to keep it within budget. We are going to smart boost it, mainly just to, you know, hopefully slightly decrease the turbo lag, which is obviously something that's going to come with an automation turbo, right? So I'm just going to go for the best of the best direct injection per cylinder. I reckon we can go for a race intake manifold and maybe even increase the size of that a bit. We'll go for premium fuel. We want this to be a production car which you can actually run and you can buy, and you don't need to dump premium fuel into it. And so that's pretty good. Maybe even lean out the fuel mixture. So this is just, that's amazing leaning out. I bet we're gonna get like the best quality, the best MPG ever. So basically, as for here, tubular race, yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Maybe even make it bigger. We want big headers, because otherwise they're gonna probably overheat because of the turbo and stuff like that. Sadly, only a single exhaust, so we're gonna need to make that like gigantic. Oh dear. High flow 3-way, straight through, reverse flow, or which one? It's the same thing. Okay. And then bop one quality into that. We're dying right now, and that's all the turbo's fault. So we're gonna see if we can configure this turbo a little bit. So we definitely want a bit of a larger intercooler, right? Maybe just like 5 something. That's pretty good. A larger executor, because otherwise the engine's just completely gonna die. And then to reduce the lag, we can put this down like a whole lot, but then not too much. Yeah, looks pretty good. 1 bar of boost. Pretty happy with that. Nah, actually, we'll keep that up there, because otherwise we're not going to have enough horsepower, right? So, this looks like a pretty good turbo to me. Might need to tweak it a little bit later. And now we can head over to the top end here, because there's a few things we want to change. So the turbo, really nicely tuned. However, we want to rev to like 7,500 at least. Otherwise, all these internals here do not make sense at all. Yeah. Oh, and we're dying to valve float. Well, that makes sense. So we can, now we just gonna need to put up stuff. Cam profile, probably something. Oh, that definitely helps. We'll also then just need to raise up the springs and lifters a little bit. There we go. That looks something more like it. Is that? That's not gonna help us. Can't really put that up higher. And now, basically just compression. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna just put down that compression. Yes. Maybe an 8.0 to 1 is good. And look at that, we just broke the 800 horsepower. I'm definitely very happy with that. Okay. So that's pretty good. Probably gonna tweak it a little bit more later. But for right now, I'm very happy with this 912 newton meters of torque. That's pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Okay, we can move on. Do the old designing part later. That's not for right now. Yeah. So this is just going to be a rear-wheel drive, I think. We should be fine with rear-wheel drive, and it's actually going to be a manual, 2020 manual. Yes, perfect. We want the sportiness of this thing. What is the estimated top speed? 439. That's pretty high. And then I think we want to reduce our spacing a bit because, as you can see, it is better sportiness, potentially. So we want that for sure. We want it to be very sporty. Differentials, maybe a geared LSD. Electric is too expensive, definitely. However, we'll just spend all our money on the quality points because, yeah, we definitely have money for the quality points. Radial tires. And we're just going to go sports compound on this for sure. So now basically I think I just want to go with the type of tires that are going to give us the best performance as well as price. So this is not cutting it. We'll want to increase that a little. That's maybe a bit ridiculous. At least want to increase those to 305s. Maybe shrink that down a tiny bit. That seems pretty good to me. And then I've done a little bit of testing, and this thing oversteers like a monster. So we just we want to have it terminally oversteered so badly. So we want really small front tires, and then basically what we're gonna do is later on we're just gonna not change the offset with this because that's gonna cause us to oversteer more. We're going to go into this fixtures area and then the wheels, and then we can change the offset over here, as you can see, and that's not actually going to change the way the car drives. So yeah, that's basically how that can work. Yeah, we'll go back right over here to the wheels. Now I actually want probably carbon fiber rims. That would be cool. That's just going to be a selling point of this car, you know. This car has carbon fiber rims. We're going to force every single dealership that's going to sell this car to tell all customers immediately right off the bat that you're going to get carbon fiber rims with this. Okay, on to the brakes. We obviously need really good brakes for this, so we'll go carbon ceramic brakes, because who doesn't like that? Put those on top of the carbon fiber rims that we have. So 325s right there, and then probably 325s. Two actually. 325s, are those good? Maybe if we don't have any brake fade, we can make that better. Maybe probably kind of raise pad type because we want to be able to race in this thing. And we need some good brake quality for sure. Okay, so because if you've got good brakes, then you're going to be good on the track, right? Flow optimized, because that's going to help the top speed, I hope. We're gonna put an active wing on this too, but just not right now, because right now we're still designing the thing. So I actually want to lower down the cooling airflow by quite a bit. It's going to reduce the reliability, but it's going to increase our gas mileage as well as our top speed. So that's definitely something you want. And then +5 quality right here. You know, quality is very important. Quality is very cheap in the aero section, so you can actually always just put your quality up a bit there. Yeah, we're gonna go for a hidden automatic soft top because this is a convertible. Oh yes, it is. Just gonna keep it a two-seater, sport interior, and a premium HUD. And then just +2 quality on that, not because we want a much better interior, but mainly because it's gonna reduce the weight slightly. Then we can go over here. Probably variable hydraulic. Electric variable gets a bit expensive. We do want launch controls, so we're gonna take that, and we do want a bit more quality. If we're not gonna take electric variable, we will pump some quality into this. So we're gonna go maybe not 20s. We'll go. Can you let me? Thanks. Advanced 10s safety. Yeah, seems fair enough. Won't touch the quality sliders on that. So then we can move over to these. Just to the suspension, and we're actually gonna get ourselves some active sports suspension on this thing, because we definitely want some good suspension. Then we also need to make sure that it doesn't bottom out in BeamNG, and this thing is really low to the ground. As you can see, we're gonna lower it just maybe a tad more. Just like that. We're still oversteering now, maybe. Dude, see, look at this. 225's front, 305's rear, and look at the oversteer on that. Maybe we can change that if we tweak the suspension a bit. So we'll reduce this by a lot. I hope maybe that's going to change the oversteer problem we're having. Maybe. So we can reduce that a bit. It's not really going down, is it? Springs, and these put a little bit up as well. Is that it doesn't like it? Okay, we're gonna need to definitely do something about that. Maybe if we get ourselves some more downforce and stuff like that, you know, we can reduce the oversteer even more. But for right now, let's just we want to put a big quality into this. Does that help? What about the wheels? Oh, we already have quality in that. Okay, so basically, let's take a look at this right now. So right now, off the bat, it's costing us 60 grand. That is so cheap. I don't even know how it is that cheap, but okay, that's I'm definitely very happy about that. 1400 kilograms. That's, I don't know what that is. Is that 2,000 pounds? No, sorry, 3,000 pounds. I think it might be 2,400 pounds. 2,600 pounds. 2,600 pounds. I think maybe. Let's take a look at our gas mileage, actually. Where does it say? Oh, right over here. That's 17.7 liters per 100 kilometers. That's kind of bad. I'll tell you guys what that is in MPG. That is 13 miles per gallon. That is pretty terrible. Let me just tweak this car a bit more. We can go all the way up to budget, I reckon. We're going to make this cost 80 grand. I've tweaked the car a bit, and we're going to design it in a second. I just wanted to add the rims because I thought it would look cool. One thing you might notice is that the tires are very low profile. You can see the wheels are still at the same 19 rim diameter as that we had before. It's literally only just for looks. I just increased the wheel diameter by quite a lot. That's basically just what I did. The front wheels are also not really this wide. I just made them that wide to kind of look a little bit like the rear wheels. The rear wheels are this wide to kind of decrease oversteer as well. 0 to 100 is in 2.8 seconds according to this thing. Estimated top speed at 486, geared to 500. So that's amazing. Still rear-wheel drive as well. If we increase it to all-wheel drive, it becomes 3.1. So rear-wheel drive is actually just better. It costs 79,900. Fuel economy is now 16.1 liters per 100 kilometers, which is quite a lot better than what we had before. Before, if you remember, we had 17.7. You might not think it's that much of a difference, but in miles per gallon, that is 15. So 2 miles per gallon more. Yay! Still on the budget, as you can see. Quite a few things. I changed it to standard 20 safety too as well. So yeah, this is basically it, and I'm gonna design it right now. Here it is, the Aerovia S9 Turbo. You can see the design right here. As you see, the sides are really simple. We got a vent here for cooling off. The rear brakes, long door handle, of course, and these pretty cool mirrors. I like those a lot. If we move over to the back, you can see that we have a light bar going all the way across the back here, and then we've got this just black centerpiece, I guess, with another light bar going across of that, connecting these two blinkers slash reverse lights, and we got a third light up there for the braking. Then we've got some more blinkers down in the bottom over here, so a lot of lights I'm realizing as I'm telling you about this now. We got a massive exhaust here. It is stock. Also, because this car is so incredibly short, and well, it's small, and it has a rear or mid-engine placement, the mufflers don't have a place to go. So that's the best I could get it to look, and it's this is already like 20%, like 200% smaller. You can change that in here, but oh well. I think I said it before too, these wheels aren't actually this low profile. You can check them out over here. This is the stats. Basically, this is all just visual, the fact that they're like this. I just think it looks really nice. So obviously really large wheels. Then in the front over here, we've got this large kind of mid-section grille connecting up to a bottom grille over here with, again, the same black we're seeing in the rear, the logo right there. And then we've got a bottom grille there and a splitter in the front too. We got the front headlights, as you can see right there, and a nice hood bulge, maybe kind of scoop. I don't know, we don't have a front engine, but oh well. We can take a quick look at the lights too, and then we'll head into BeamNG. So you can see these are the headlights we have right here. Pretty cool design. Then we've got the indicators for left and right. We've got them right there and on the mirrors too. Then moving on over to the rear, you can see we got the indicators in there, which are actually pretty poorly visible. Luckily we have some wonky or not wonky ones. That's really weird. Look at that. Anyways, we have them down there too. Then we've got some reverse lights in there as well. Then we've got the tail lights which is that light bar, and the braking lights, which is this light bar, as well as that one up there, which seems to be poorly working. But oh well, let's take a look at the stats right here, and then we'll head over to BeamNG. So obviously it will be 800.4 horsepower, 7,500 RPM, 4.4 liter Boxer 6. Let's see how this thing goes. Here we are inside of beamng.drive, and here it is, the Aerovia something. Oh, I always figure out the names of my cars. Kind of stupid, but let's take a look. The Aerovia S9 Turbo. Yep, our Boxer race car. Let's rev it first a bit. There you go. Hear it slightly. Got a bit of wheel spin at the beginning there. It's really fast, in case you haven't noticed. So you can just take it for a bit of a drive here. No interior. Let me know if you guys want me to start making interiors soon. I mean, I'm thinking of it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you guys could probably tell here, this thing is insanely fast. And it corners really well too, because it's got nice and large wheels. Oh dear. It doesn't corner that well at the high speeds. Anyways, basically, you guys might remember telling me that the wheels, like, this stuff was visual. Well, the size of the rims is visual, just, you know, to clarify. The size of the wheels, that is actually the actual size of the wheels. So, yeah. A little bit more understeer than I thought it would be. But, you know, that's fine. So, let's just take this for a small drive over here on the Utah map. I'm always on the Utah map. I like it a lot. And then once we finished our drive here, I reckon that we're going to take this right over and do a quarter mile, and might as well do a 0 to 62 then. And then we'll take it over to the automation test track and see what kind of a time this thing can get. So yeah. It is incredibly fast, and I'm forgetting to shift now, but we have very little front downforce. Brakes could probably be better. Yeah, I reckon they could. I think we do have massive brakes though, so it's just, you know, the speed at which this car goes, which kind of causes the brakes to look bad. Our weight distribution is terrible. We have like 67% of the weight in the in the rear. Sorry. Because obviously we're rear engine, oh, well, mid-engine, right, but, you know, anyways, 60% of the way is in the rear, and we have a little front downforce, so that's something that we need to watch out for. That's also probably the cause of some of this understeer we're experiencing. Anyways, for the rest, you'll notice that, yeah, it's definitely the cause of this understeer. For the rest, you'll notice that this thing is incredibly fast, and that speed doesn't, going through gears, it doesn't get less. It's really crazy how fast it accelerates. It keeps up acceleration really well as well. Now I'm just driving recklessly. Anyways, let's go for a quarter mile and stuff for this thing. Here we are on the drag strip doing our quarter mile first, and we'll see how this goes, of course. And straight for the launch. Of course, the launch could be better, but that's just due to some turbo lag we obviously have, right? There we go. That's a 9.8, I believe. Wow, that's pretty good. Let's try that again, see if we can get something just a little bit better. That was terrible. So let's go again. Nice. Once we're at high revs, we go real fast. 9.7 that time, so that's really fast. Sub 10, I'm definitely really happy with that. Okay, now let's go over to free roam for a second and make sure that we don't crash. There we go. Then let's head back to the top of the drag strip, and we'll go in for a bit of a 0 to 60 test. There we go. You can see how incredibly fast this thing is. It also feels really fast. Too bad it understeers a bit, but you can't be perfect, can you? So yeah. Wow, this thing's crazy. There we go. Okay, so let's just put it right here, and then let's see how we do for the 0 to 60. So I don't think I actually had to shift there. I think I might have set it up that we reach, so that time we had 2.8 seconds. I think we can hit 100 without actually shifting. So there. That was 2.44 seconds. I don't think we can get much faster than that. It is pretty crazy though that we reach 100 in first gear. 2.40 seconds. I think that's probably the fastest that we're gonna get today. One more try. 2.30? No way. Bam, 2.33. Okay, so 2.30 to 60 is that's the best that we're gonna get, like, to be honest. So that's really fast. Like a Boxer 6 in this thing, I'm really happy with that. Anyways, now let's just see what it gets on the automation test track. Here we are on the automation test track, and now it's being refreshed for the ones of you who don't know. Well, it's been updated, revamped, whatever you want to call it. So this is going to be our first lap on the new one. So that's going to be pretty cool for sure. We'll have to see how we do in terms of understeer and maybe not the best brakes we could possibly have, but for the rest, this car is incredibly fast. I think we have great potential. I am only not sure if our previous times have been kept, or if all the times have been removed, and if there's no more times. Oh, and we seem to actually be oversteering a bit, so that's interesting. Anyways, we are going real strong right now. And as I said, it has been updated. For those of you who don't know, it'll look a lot nicer. The actual track, I think, is the same, but it just looks nicer and better and cooler, stuff like that. So you can definitely notice that. Also, looking at the water, touching 300 kilometers an hour here. Want to brake a bit. There we are. Nice. Accelerating back up. I want to slow down for this turn since it can catch you off guard, this one. I'm speaking from experience here. There we go. Oh. Luckily we stayed there. Here we go for the chicane. Slightly early braking, but I don't want to mess the chicane up. It's really unforgiving. Anyways, going really strong. Oh, that was close. Okay. So yeah, seem to be having slight issues with stability, which is probably, we probably have the weight distribution to blame for that. But yeah, that's fine. You can't have everything, as I said earlier. And overall, this thing drives really nicely. Oh, he says as he almost loses control. Anyways, there we go. Why is it? It stopped. The ESC kicked in, I think. I'm also not sure why I didn't disable it. But, come on, all our previous times have been removed. That is a 2:06. That is a really good time. Let's see. Okay, I'm looking at my previous times right now because I do have these saved. They're just not up there. So I've never gotten. You know what? This is like it's a really good time. 2.06. That is amazing. So I'm really happy with that. Let me know what you guys think of this car. You can actually download this. You can download it through my Discord server. You can download the .car file, and you can not only download this one, you can actually download every other car I've ever made on this channel. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, for right now, I guess that's kind of it. There's not much more to do. Um, anyways, just yeah, thank you guys ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye.